Air pollution forms when gases and particle matter is added to the atmosphere. Air pollution comes from point sources or non-point sources. Point sources are specific spots where large quantities of pollutants are discharged. For example, power plants and factories. Non-point sources consist of many smaller sources such as automobiles. There are many gases that cause air pollution. These gases are carbon monoxide, ozone, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, particle matter, and lead. Carbon monoxide is produced primarily by the incomplete combustion from cars, industry, waste, and wood burning. Risks to humans are that it enters the bloodstream and reduces oxygen delivery to the body's organs and tissues. It causes visual impairment and poor learning ability. Environmental impacts is that it reacts with other pollutants in the air to form potentially harmful ground-level ozone. Ozone results from interactions from sunlight, heat, NOx, and VOCs containing chemicals. Risks to humans are that it causes difficulty to breathe, shortness of breath, coughs, inflamed airways, and increases asthma. Environmental impacts is that it damages the forest ecosystem, such as in California and the eastern U.S. Nitrogen oxide, also known as NOx, forms when nitrogen and oxygen react at high temperatures in engines of cars, industrial combustion, or electrical utilities. Risks to humans are that it irritates the lungs and lowers resistance to respiratory infections. Environmental impacts is that it contributes to ozone formation, acid rain, and eutrophication. Sulfur dioxide, known as SO2, forms from coal emissions from electricity generation in industries. Risks to humans are that it irritates the skin and mucous membranes of the eyes, nose, throat, and lungs, causes pain during breathing, coughing, and worsens asthma, and small particles can lodge in the lungs. Environmental impacts are acid rain, acidification of lakes and streams, corrosion of buildings, and reduced visibility. Particle matter forms when suspended solid or liquid particles of dust in combustion processes. There are primary pollutants known as dust and soot, secondary pollutants known as sulfates and nitrates. Risks to humans are premature health, difficulty breathing, asthma, decreased lung function. Environmental impacts are airborne particles can cause soiling and damage to materials. Lead is found in gasoline and industrial metal smelting. Risks to humans are that it bioaccumulates and damages the nervous system, accumulates in bones, causes kidney failure, and reproductive and development issues. Environmental impacts are that it accumulates in soils and sediments through deposition from air sources, direct discharge of waste to streams to water bodies, mining, and erosion. Legislation on air pollution is an Air Pollution Control Act of 1963 funded research and encourages emission standards. The Clean Air Act of 1970 sets standards for air quality and limits emissions. It provides funds for pollution control research and allows citizens to sue parties violating the standards. There's another Clean Air Act of 1990 that strengthened the regulation of car emissions, toxic air pollutants, acidic deposition, and stratospheric ozone depletion.
A few things that you can do to help with air pollution are conserve energy, recycle, choose products with less packaging and that are reusable, and carpool.
Created using Powtoon.